I feel like when he says that, that's not even like an English thing either. That's just like him getting caught in a loop. It's just like, son of a, 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 son of a.
Like Olivia needs to like knock his head to get him out.
Yeah, it's like glitched. Having a glitch. Okay, so TvT coming down. North America versus Europe. Who needs Koreans? Am I right?
Totally.
No.
Not me.
We need Koreans, guys. I miss them so much. But alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into best of 3 TvT. Here for the Who the Fuck Didn't Go to Katowice Cup. Spawning on the bottom left side from Team Gravity, it's the Blue Terran, EJK.
In the top left, as the Green Terran, he is uThermal.
Alright, so, one of the big things about this matchup, like I said before, I think coming into it, just blankly, uThermal is the one who's got my vote. We've just seen him play really well, and even on his off days, he's still a better player than most. EJK, however, to give him proper credit, has been looking better every time we've seen him. He has been steadily improving, his results have shown this, and frankly, he's even capable of a couple of weird builds, which always, that's a good way to win Rifkin over. So, we'll see how he does here versus uThermal, because for me, I like this matchup, not because I want to see either player particularly win or lose, but I really want to see where EJK measures up to uThermal.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to Unlimited Rage Works for the 14-month resub.
Woo!
Yeah, do have uThermal going for a 1-base build against EJK's command center after barracks. Yeah. He's going to scout the wrong direction, which is a little unfortunate for EJK. uThermal having not scouted at all yet. We'll be sending his units to the wrong place, maybe? Eventually you'll see it. But, I don't know what it is, man. So much discussion about... Oh, hey, Jimmy! Just subscribed. Thank you. But there's so much discussion about whether or not TvT is a good matchup, and if it's only fun to watch, but not to play. And I just, this is the only time in StarCraft where I feel like I've never understood the other person's opinion, you know?
Right, okay, actually, I want to talk about that. Like, okay, there's some actual stuff happening in the game, guys. Watch with your eyes, but listen with your ears type thing. So, one of the things I found really cool about, like, StarCraft 2 and what I've really enjoyed about it is even when I didn't agree, I could at least understand the other point of view. Like, if people were trying to make the argument that, Ultras aren't as good as everybody says they are, I can understand because in some situations you see Immortals bust through them or you got Ghost Snipes, you name it, and you're like, okay, fine, I get that. Well, popular opinion is Ultras may be bullshit. I can actually understand why you would say they aren't, right? But in TvT, there's no aspect of this, especially the tank drop thing. I've been able to say, yes, I definitely understand your point of view. It's the one time in, like, the last 3 years I've wanted to just be like, no, you're fucking wrong. Like, there's just no.
I always try and pride myself on being able to be like, even if you have to like wait a while, but eventually you see that person's point of view. But I like playing it. I like the tank drops. I've never looked at a tank drop and been like, oh, it went this way because tank drops are stupid and you can't tell what's going to happen. There's always been a reason as to why it went one or the other. And to watch it is actually really, really fun. So
no, I understand. I understand. All right, with conspiracy time. I got this.
Okay,
so, with Legacy of the Void launch, Blizzard started disabling a lot of map hacks and removed the ability to cheat from the game. In doing so, has removed the ability to blame losses on cheating from the game.
So you gotta blame losses on tank drops.
So, with no other scapegoat left, you have to go for the one option that's left, and that is blame the tank drop.
Okay, my favorite... Okay, this is actually some really good damage.
This actually did great damage. This is why I love uThermal. He gets a lot down with very little.
Yeah, this is really impressive. But... my favorite is when, like, the Terrans are both, like, yelling or agreeing with each other but still yelling. Like, yeah, I hate tank drops, blah, blah, blah. And a Zerg comes in and they're like, yeah, tank drops make Roach Ravage, you're just so stupid.
And then they're both just like, shut the fuck.
And the other just like, shut the fuck.
How are we supposed to deal with Roach Ravager, man? We're busy talking about tanks here. Get lost. This is still doing damage, by the way. That's what they're there. Like 9 SCVs killed.
That's pretty good.
This has been pretty sweet. He's going to disrupt some mining on his way out. 10 SCVs killed in total. Reaper might even get out of this alive. No, not with the Hellion there. Definitely not.
Aw, he tried. That's impressive.
So the thing about that attack out of uThermal, though, guys, like, consider that was 2 Reapers and 2 Hellions. And one of the reasons this went really well was because EJK popped out of the bunker to deal with that. Like, he lost those Marines pretty easily, pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And that suddenly meant there was no more threat. And you could just dick around however you wanted. So again, I don't think EJK handled that necessarily poorly, more than that uThermal actually controlled that really well, and did get a little bit lucky with some of the positioning. But this, oh dear.
Yeah, I suppose the turret's already in a couple of scans, so not gonna do a super amount of damage, but ooh, not in the natural.
No.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh. There's no more scan. You just used the one on the main, and he didn't save up any in the natural.
Fucking tank drops.
I know, right? Ruin the matchup.
No, ever since this guy brought up, I'm like not intentionally swearing more, but I feel like I am swearing more than normal now. Like,
maybe you are. But I was gonna say that EJK with the bunker really thought he was going to be able to just stop that build dead in its tracks, and the fact that he didn't is an awful surprise. But hey, EJK probably just should have pulled his SCVs to the bunker and been okay.
So there's two thoughts on where this bunker goes, right? One's either at the ramp because you hope to like kind of bluff your opponent down and they don't really know what's in it. The other is we've been seeing Hugger closer to the mineral lines, and that's usually not in TvT. That's other matchups, but we have been seeing the odd person place it there, and I guess that's just in fear of not having something for the Banshee in time? ? But either way, the bunker it didn't get the auto defense.
Can you believe we have Terran bias when talking about TvT?
We actually do, though. That's the thing.
Amazing.
Congratulations, Zombium. We managed to be the only casters in StarCraft 2 who can cast a mirror matchup and actually have a very clear bias. I'm so proud of us. Today...
See, the only thing I tried equating it to a different part of StarCraft 2 history, where some people loved the randomness of PvP back when it was like one base versus one base, and other people hated it. That's at first what I tried to compare it to, but I don't think it compares. Today
marks the end of the month where we have done a day of casting every single day. And I think at this point, rather than learning and gaining a lot of experience and knowledge, we've just become incredibly salty and bitter.
Yeah, okay. This is what's going to happen, right? At the end of like 35 whatever days of casting straight in the row straight, people are going to be like, well, I don't, like, when I watch TvT, it just seems to end with one tank fight, and we're going to be like, hold on a second. We have cast a lot of fucking TvTs, and we pointed this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and that did not end with one tank drop.
Oh,
we're going to look so baller.
Is this like when you were, you're advising I should write down things that happen when they happen? Like,
yes.
And you tried to argue that you don't hold grudges? Like, I'm just saying, like, this just seems like a TvT grudge now at this point.
We have plenty of evidence now. Because we cast every day, that is the only reason.
Actually, if anything, if I was really going to cite something, like if we were going to use something like that, right, like because we cast blank, I would actually reference that TvT tournament we hosted more than these random cups here and there. Because that tournament, really, it set the pace for the meta, and it still hasn't changed. And that was in the first month of the Legacy launch. And TvT still plays the exact same way.
uThermal has been winning this game while we've been QQing quite hard, and this Doom drop is kind of going to solidify that. EJK had a push of his own, but it's not quite as doomy. You know what I mean?
It's less racy, I think is what it is. So like if it goes in like a base race...
Oh, less racy.
Yeah, he's wearing more clothes, you know what I'm saying? He's wearing a top that actually covers appropriate parts of his body. No, but like in seriousness, it's just that there's more killing power on this side of the map than on the other side. GG. I will say though, like I would like to see game 2. I'm not trying to like build up EJK to be somebody that he isn't, but that was unfortunate because even the best players, just referencing our actual TvT experience, we see Koreans make equally bad defenses and lose to stupid and silly things and one base openers, and I don't actually think EJK played that super terribly despite how quickly that went bad for him, you know?
Yeah, it was okay, it's silly because they didn't look like it, but it was like if they had, gotten a Hellion drop down and killed 12 SCVs, right? But the fact that it actually was like a attack that took about a minute to kill those SCVs, it was only 3 units. It didn't really look like it should have done that much, but it did a ton.
Yeah. Question in chat saying, does anyone know when they're going to release some of the Nova missions? I only know about the Nova conspiracy. Is that related to the missions?
They already released that.
That's up on you. No. In all seriousness, I believe the latest date they have for the first mission is something like June or summer, early summer, something like that. Okay, Dusk Towers is the map. We've got an intro for this one. So stick around, guys, and we'll see you all in just a sec. So I wanted to make a tweet, like a legit fun, not sarcastic tweet about today I learned we're the only casters with like a clear bias in a mirror matchup, right? But no matter how I try to phrase this, it actually sounds snarky or like sarcastic. It's just there's no way to actually write that down. You have to hear us actually like smiling and laughing about it, I guess. So, VOD hype. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Game number 2 here in the Who the Fuck Didn't Go to TvT Cup. In the top right side of Dusk Towers, we've got the Red Terran EJK.
The bottom left is the Green Terran. He is uThermal.
So, there's not a lot to really be remarked on for that, other than that went poorly for EJK early, and hopefully doesn't end up happening again. But for what it's worth, again, I don't think his choices were bad, right? Getting the bunker down, playing it safe, the build behind it. Like, he just took that damage, and it was not going to be something easily recovered off of. Like, I feel like we could recover replay and put somebody like, say, Reality in in EJK's shoes, and he still wouldn't have recovered much better.
Well, maybe if there weren't tank drops.
Bowman, can you not while I'm drinking? Almost spit that out.
Nah. I legitimately, if there wasn't the Doom drop, EJK might have been able to bring it back. He was trying to be aggressive, so maybe he could pin uThermal back, and obviously that aggressiveness didn't scout the Doom drop, and uThermal just had a really clean-cut way to end the game.
You know what? I would not normally read this out on stream, but this was too good. This is something I feel like I would have written, so I really love Strobel in chat. He says, Rifkin defends EJK. I can't even. Rifkin defends EJK better than EJK his SCVs.
Oh shit.
I feel like that's along the lines of, like, that's probably equivalent in burn to that Muslim donation we got a while back.
Oh my god, let's not talk about that.
I know, that's so bad. I can't believe I read that on stream. Whoopsies.
Yeah, oopsies. As long as that Reaper doesn't get a single scouts, seeing 4 Marines isn't much.
Yeah, but looking at that, the control and what just happened, that doesn't even look like that was that poorly handled. That I actually could very, realistically say that was probably EU NA lag right there.
Yeah,
but
that's
again,
true.
I don't want to over defend EJK here.
Yeah, stop it, man. Over defending those tank drops.
Yeah, he's got to learn to protect his SCVs on his own someday.
I feel like,
that's such a burn. I can't even get
I don't have much interest in going on talk shows anymore, and that's a whole nother discussion in itself. But I could talk about TvT with two other people that hates the tank drops for hours. Just a single race, single matchup discussion.
God, I just realized you're the equivalent of that atheist who just wants to debate everybody in their religion. You're like, checkmate, tank-theists.
How?
Because you're just so feisty and ready to argue. Be like, all right, bring it on. I got a million reasons why you're wrong.
Wow. That's not where I'm going with it. It's not a straight up argue, this is gonna argue and we're not gonna get anywhere, and this is just going to be me having fun arguing, because I don't have fun arguing. It gives me butterflies in my stomach. I don't like it. But I do like discussion and thinking that okay, that's an interesting point. Okay, why do you think that tank drops break mech again? Okay, maybe I could see that. But then this point, because I feel like the talk shows we don't have, or we have and don't have, I guess, anymore, they're not going over it.
Okay, so counterpoint here. I just really liked the pun tank theists, and I was trying to find a way to fit that in.
Okay. Bye.
But also all the things you said.
Whatever, man.
What is this vampire spam in chat now? What the fuck? Okay, here's the thing, guys. Zombie and I, we took the bullet, and we each took, a meme sort of emote, right? Her with food, and me with this vampire thing. I wasn't super keen on it, but we did it for you guys. I just don't understand the context of spamming. Well, we haven't been talking about anything vampire-related. I haven't said anything stupid, or, I don't get it. What, deep in the night,
up,
I'm looking for someone.
Well, now you're gonna... Well, there goes the chat. My chat experience.
My child experience.
EJK going for a drop. He's gonna drop right on top of that tank. Now the Widowmine might hit it now. Oh.
Nope.
Oh
it
my
says
god.
scumbag
Are you kidding me?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry. We shouldn't be laughing like this. But EJK is the definition of bad luck this game. Like, I feel like he's playing underneath a ladder in front of a home of stray black cats. And amidst all of this has shattered 7 mirrors to surround himself in glass shards.
Oh my god. I just can we get a highlight? What's the worst one of mine I think I've ever seen? Well, no, I guess 4GG still wins that one, but
in fairness, a little bit of credit goes to uThermal here. Less about like shitting on EJK because he did put the SCV there very intentionally.
it's not shitting on anyone. It's shitting on a one of mine.
Well, the one of mine, sure, but I'm just saying that was such a bad drop. Now the Liberator is going to be actually interesting. There isn't really an ample amount of anti-air here, so it could probably just go straight up to the mineral line and not even do any cheeky positioning. The Viking will kill it, but not before it kills several SCVs, or even potentially that tank, because it's sieged up, it can't actually move out of range. And in that regard, it might be a little bit better.
This is some good damage. I mean, uThermal's already taken leads here from just small thing like the killing the Reaper early so that EJK didn't get a scout, to that Widow Mine that just was pretty terrible for EJK. Now adding on that just a couple of Liberator kills, even if the Liberator itself died. I mean, it just feels like uThermal's in such control, even though the numbers really aren't that bad for EJK.
I mean, it's not like there's a big tech lead. No one's really winning over tech right now. They've got similar tech timings. In fact, it's actually EJK is going to have a little bit better on upgrades than uThermal. SCV counts, not too bad. Third bases are timed out well. This really, again, it looks bad, but it isn't bad as far as this is opened.
No, it's not. In fact, he's going to have double upgrades faster than uThermal. uThermal does have production really getting started here, though, with 5 extra barracks, so his supply might start bumping up here, as he does take the income advantage as well. But takes it safe here. Doesn't drop into the 2 Vikings that were prepared for it. Combat shield is going to start a little bit later for uThermal too. But EJK is definitely the more defensive. I think he'll be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is when you go with just Marines in any variety, you do end up being susceptible to tank fire. So for uThermal here, maybe finds a bit of maneuvering, but he scans, he sees, and he probably shouldn't go up there.
You haven't said anything stupid? Just wait. Olivia.
What? That's really rude.
Right?
Olivia, you're banned for 2 months from BaseTradeTV events.
Oh, goodness. Oh goodness gracious.
The throwback. But yeah, my chat experience. My chat experience is gone. That was a mistake. Okay, I'm just never going to question things again. We'll just leave it. We'll just live in a society where there's secret police and... Yeah. I mean, our mods are... We actually do have some mods that are like secret police. They never type in chat, but they're always modding. So we do kind of have like our own little secret police. Now this drop, no tanks. And I just want to point out, it feels like somewhat intentional. Like he is just going about as marine heavy as he can, and because of this, he has a huge supply lead. Now, as I said, normally tanks are going to be a pretty big factor when it comes to marines. But when you're pumping 19, like I want to stress that, 19 marines at a time. uThermal's just going to be throwing body after body at EJK, and eventually will break that tank line.
This is the silent protest of tank drops.
maybe. But also, I thought we were going to go Zap Brannigan on this, but I can kind of see it, yeah. uThermal's like... But even if you were protesting tank drops, then just don't pick them up. Why would you not build tanks at all?
Because he doesn't want to, Rifkin. He does what he wants.
Quad drops, a lot of marines, 1 turret. Can it stop them all? The answer is no.
No. Now they are actually at a upgrade disadvantage.
But
funnily enough, he's
this
putting
draws
a lot more in
all
the
the army from EJK to the natural because he thought that was it. Because who would expect 70 more marines on the other side? Like this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. He's not going to have...
Oh, it's on top of the tanks.
No, don't do that.
Oh, no! He's going to lose the tanks. That's not going to go well. Upgrade disadvantage is gone, too. 1-1. uThermal. That's like a 2-0 here in the series.
Oh, my good God. I'm laughing too much. My throat is just not working anymore.
uThermal, my man. All right, so... He was in a game. Or
Oh.
offline. I don't know which. Okay, we're gonna try and find out what's coming up next, guys. So do stick around. If we don't have a game, I actually do have a couple things I would like to cover with the stream. But other than that, we'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.